Many have asked me, should we continue saying Avinu Malkeinu through Chanukah? Off the surface, it sounds like a very, very trick question. It's like, what happened if Tisha B'Av fell out on Yom Kippur? Do we sit on the floor or do we sit on a chair? What happens if Sukkot falls out on a fast day? These things can't happen in a regular calendar, but we're not in regular times. And indeed, this particular year, if indeed your shul was saying Avinu Malkeinu, the question is, should you continue it on Chanukah? I thought the answer was obvious, and it seems that from what I saw and read, it's not so obvious. So I'm going to give my opinion on this, and excuse me for being so opinionated, but I'm going to give 3 answers, 2 of them halachic, 1 of them, I would say, more common sense. Number 1, we do say Avinu Malkeinu on Yontif. Rosh Hashanah is a Yontif. All the laws of Yontif apply to Rosh Hashanah, and we still say Avinu Malkeinu. Rosh Hashanah is a Chag d'Oraisa, all the more so in the rabbinic holiday of Chanukah, a rabbinic holiday where the Gemara itself had a debate. Should we even mention it in davening, since it's only rabbinic? Obviously, in my opinion, if you say it on Rosh Hashanah, you should say it on Chanukah. Number 2, we have a very strong custom not to say Avinu Malkeinu on Shabbos in Ashkenazi communities. I think that all in all, we can keep that custom and try to say other things on Shabbos. But it goes without saying that even on Shabbos, when there's a prohibition of asking for things, an Isur Bakasha, when there's dire straits, when someone is dangerously ill, the halacha is clear cut. You can go ahead and request things even on Shabbos. And therefore, from this perspective, I believe that Avinu Malkeinu should be said even on Chanukah this year, simply because A, we have a precedent of saying it on Yom Tov, and B, we even say requests on Shabbos when needed. Number 3, my late father, Zechrono Livracha, every year on Yom HaAtzmaut, at the traditional barbecue Thanksgiving meal that many Israelis have on that day, every year inevitably would quote the following: when a so-called ultra-religious Jew goes up to Shamayim, allow him to say, God, I understand you gave us this beautiful gift called Israel, but did it have to be during Sphira? It couldn't be at a different time of the year that's a bit more comfortable for our calendar? We don't choose these events. These events were thrust upon us against our will. We literally, Simchas Torah turned into one of the most blackest days in the history of the Jewish people because of what happened on October 7th. This is the reality. And therefore you have to respond to the reality whether you like it or not. So it doesn't fit into our schedule. So what? A Jew has to know to relate and to respond on time when needed.